Alright, we should be live. Since we're live.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to mute that or else it's going to go crazy. Yeah, you want to mute that or else it's going to go crazy.
I got it. I'll just exit out of it.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 6 tables, 2 cent, 4 cent, half, 2/3 full ring, 1/3 short hand ring. Okay, cool.
I noticed in your last video, your last coaching video, you didn't go over the hand histories. Why didn't you do that?
Last time we played on the student's computer rather than my computer. So I didn't have the hand histories saved. Like for the first week, we went through TeamViewer where the student would play off my computer, use my poker software, and therefore had all the hands in my hold'em manager.
Mm-hmm.
But without me having the hands in my hold'em manager, I kind of like can't review them. Although, if you save the hand histories as they come up and then just like send them to me on Skype, we can go through them on there.
Okay.
The only thing that's kind of annoying is we can't do animation with that poker track.
Yeah.
But I just want to like try all the different options to figure out what people enjoy most for these videos so that we can make them as beneficial as possible.
Yeah. Another thing that's going off LockPocker I can't really figure out is it doesn't really like if I fold here, doesn't really not fold here, but if it like say I lose this pot, it'll take a while for it to top me off automatically.
Okay.
Like it doesn't necessarily like just do it automatically all the time.
And there is like an auto reload function?
Yeah, I have it here. It's right here.
I really thought they would have improved their software by now.
Right there. I had it checked, but
yeah.
And then I clicked buy chips also, and then it didn't work either.
LockPocker used to have, they were on their own network. They were part of the Merge network. And I thought that software was a lot better than the software that is from the Cake Poker network. That's what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a bit of a downgrade. I don't really understand why they would have done that.
I have no idea. That 16 cents was a misclick, by the way. I meant to be 12.
Yeah, I was wondering why you made it so big.
Yeah.
Now you want to play in position. You don't need to scare if you want to play it with 4x.
Yeah, I meant to be 12.
Are you opening 12 from all positions?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay.
Except if there's like I'll increase it by 1 big blind per limper.
Perfect.
I think you said to do that in one video.
Yep. Yeah, that's perfect. It's a good standard to maintain. Easy to follow.
Come on.
Need that multi-way action.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I mean, it's so fucking bullshit. If he folds and that opener has, what, 28 bigs?
Yeah. So I just fold here, right? I mean, there's probably behind me. If I call right now, doesn't that invite them in?
Yeah, like, you should probably fold, because on one hand, the guy doesn't have 100 big blinds, so we don't get paid that much to hit. On another hand, we also don't know what his range is. Hey, that's a pretty nice flop on table 3. And the worst thing is just that we can get re-raised out of the pot potentially and put in the 2 big blinds and not even get to see anything for it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, give us fucking action. Ooh, shit. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get it all, but you can probably get quite a bit. unless he wants to have like two pair and check raise us, then you're getting it.
What you got, bro? I got the nuts. Come on.
So it kind of sucks the board came off like two overcards. That's kind of scary.
He just doesn't. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
then? Talk about what's got two
Ooh,
pair.
sick.
Ooh, what a cooler. Now, do you think, pretending that we don't only have the nuts there, do you think he would have been like better off fast playing that hand, or do you think he was right to play it like so tricky?
I think he should have more fast played on the turn. Just, I don't know. If he had that straight, I think he should have. Just in case I was. I completely forgot what the board was.
Deuce 4-5, bro. Deuce 4-5, Jack Queen.
Deuce 4-5, Jack Queen. Okay, so if I were him,
Yeah.
I probably would have just called and then check raise the turn. Just to hold on, it's really hard to talk.
No problem. Make your decisions and then.
Okay, but I understand him calling the flop, just have me see bet and everything, and then, but on the turn I probably would have check raised because if I was bluffing, I probably wasn't gonna bluff the river. So, but if I had something, I don't know. I'm really not sure. What do you think?
I agree with you that at some point in the hand he should be putting in a check raise. With his hand Ace-3. There are some bad cards that can come that can kill his action. Like, for example, if you have two pair and the turn is a diamond or the river is a 3 or an ace or a 6, that's going to be an action killer that's going to prevent him from getting all the money from you when he has you cooler.
Okay, gotcha.
Whereas if the board was like much drier, like say he had set on like deuce 5-8, then slow playing is totally fine because there aren't any cards that are going to come that are going to make you really worried if you flop like a second best hand.
Okay.
Especially with him being out of position, it's really hard to like get paid out of position if the share card comes. So you should be playing it faster. There's that echo.
Okay, so you're saying like he should have check raised the turn just because a lot of scare cards like a diamond or something could have came on the river.
Yeah, and if you have a hand that's gonna like stack off anyway, or like you have a strong hand that's not planning on folding, you're gonna call a check raise, and that allows him to get more money and then check call. And like I was looking at it, we weren't gonna be able to get stacks and if we just went bet. So he should also be thinking that if he's just going like call, he's not going to get all the money in, which is what probably should be trying to do when you flop a straight. Although for what it's worth, given that it's a limp pot, he doesn't necessarily want to like auto stack off. But I think at 2 cent 4 cents it's probably okay to go with the wheel.
How am I? Is this the right 3-bet size? If he min raises and I raise to 22.
Fine. Anything within 3 times his big blind plus or minus, like, or 3 times his open plus or minus a big blind is perfectly fine. And also, since he's like shallower, with only what 20, he still just got his fucking 27 beats. You can 3-bet smaller because you don't need to float the pot as much to be able to get all the way by the river, which is one of the things you're trying to set up when you go for a pre-flop 3-bet. You can go smaller just to the point where he's not going to call you with any 2, and then your C-bet's going to be smaller, therefore you risk less for the same like desired effect. So every time he misses, you're risking less, and every time he hits you, you lose less.
Shut down.
Yeah. What cards would you have continued barreling on that 994, if any?
Ace or Queen probably, or I guess Jack 10 also. You know, but it's pretty much just scare cards, right? Because put them on like a small to medium pocket pair if he's just going to call the flop.
Exactly. You've been watching those videos, Blake. You know what's good.
Oh, dude, I'm trying to play exactly like you.
It's a good way to start, and then eventually you're going to find your own style.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think of that Jack 10 suited from early position open? Should I not be doing that?
On a shallow table, I probably wouldn't open it because of the lower implied odds.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing on a shallow table, if you're going to widen your range, it should be with hands that can make top pair, rather than hands that can make like straight and flush draws. But on a 100 big blind table, that'd be about as wide as I would open. And on like a 200 big blind table, I'd probably open that like every time.
Okay.
Because obviously, the deeper stack you get, the ability to make 5-card hands like straights and flushes shows up in value a lot. And the value of one pair, even an over pair, goes down.
Good flop.
Alright.
Decent flop.
Yeah. Give it up. You were the guy who was asking me about how to build a role-playing 1-2 live games, right? Oh, that's fun.
Both 100 bigs deep. Should I spill one? See what comes in
I
turn?
think calling's okay. You have, if he has a 10 where it's still going to get paid if the heart comes, you can also turn a straight draw on some other cards. So I think there's enough money behind it. It's fine to call it. And bet like a little smaller. Just so it's like not it's like 80 cents. And we'll still have less than a bust size bet on the river.
80 cents, you said?
Yeah. You want to make it easy for the call. And now we can ship the river.
Shove it? Try to shove it.
Yeah, just ship. Hopefully this goes to 10. Implied odds, bitch.
Implied odds, bitch.
That's a good example. Like if he had a shallower stack, then you would have been right to want to fold it. But because he has money behind and we have 2 streets to get that money, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whereas like if it had been the same spot on a turn, and we only have one chance to get money on the river, then I'm less inclined to deal. But it's way better to deal on flops than it is on turns to get 2 opportunities to get paid. And it's good that you also didn't just like ship it. Some people are like, well, I got overcard and flush draw. Nah, you have flush draw. It's something you flush out to dead outs. Oh, we got sense there. How good you wrote.
Ooh, I call, bro. Oh. I don't got shit, man. Nice hand, man.
Oh, wow.
Okay. It's nuts. Should I 3-bet with the 6s there in the small blind?
Save the hand. I was honestly looking at table 2.
How do I save the hand?
That's a good question. I don't play on the site because the software's terrible. I think if you click that ID at the top of the table, it says like ID 30870016. I think if you click that, it might. And then like just hide it in the corner and we'll look at it later. Just hide it for now. Just like drag it off to the side. Yeah. I love when the taunts chat.
the very first hand that I got dealt on this website was kings versus aces.
Did you get there?
And I got busted out of sit and go because of it. The very first hand.
What a joke. You're supposed to run good when you make a new account. You know, so you run it up and then like, okay, we got him hooked. Now we give him a doom switch. He's already a loyal customer.
Ooh.
Oh, you're getting.
What's he gonna call with? I'm trying to make him call with, so I don't know what size to make my bet.
12 cents. This is the guy who was chatting since his last hand and he wants us to play. So I bet like 12 or 16 cents. We'll call it the ace. And the ace is
What do you think about Queen 10?
Queen 10, 3-bet. Probably.
3-bet? Yeah, 3-bet. Queen, bro? Yeah.
No, don't call. Hey,
Oh.
you gotta make those disciplined folds.
I will. Okay. Gotcha. Bad call.
I might fire like 35 cents at the Queen 10. I might also check with them both calling. There's a good chance one of them has an ace, but we do have an ace if we get called. That's why it's okay to fire us.
Should I fall here?
Yeah. Especially with that full pot. Yeah, if you're in a spot where you are like 90% confident that someone has you, just fold. Like you don't need to see their cards to confirm that they had you. You already know in your head that they had you, so you just fold. Tell yourself that they had what you think they had. They sleep better at night. Not worry about it. Just tell yourself you're always right.
Ooh.
You're all right on that. Call. I don't know.
Should I call here or 3-bet?
Call. You're a little bit deep stack position. If you get 4-bet with this hand, it's kind of annoying. So.
On this board, I'm just gonna fire bet. See if I can take it down.
Yeah, that one's for sure. Just in case you like ace jack or queen, or like even jacks or queens, we might be able to get them off the card too. Looks like he has queens. Because he said it. Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, 3-bet that hand. We might get 4-bet by queen by jacks, then we just lose the pot. We don't get a chance to stack those hands.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways you can win the pot with that just hitting. So just call this position. Bruce. Have you tried any of the tournaments on here?
I tried what?
Any of the multi-table tournaments?
I tried one. It was a $200 guaranteed $2 buy-in, and I busted out like there was like 80 people. I busted out on like 30th or something like that. It was okay.
Yeah.
What about ace 10? Should I just fold?
Ace 10? Yeah. The guy over for full pot.
Ooh. Bitch. Ooh.
I wouldn't fold these kings.
You would fold the kings?
I would not fold.
You would not fold the kings?
No.
What about these kings?
Yeah.
Which kings? So many kings. What about these kings right here? This is ridiculous.
King?
Oh. Ball.
You need to play can't play king.
Sucks, bro. Don't Don't shove with aces. What the fuck is going on? Oh, ace ball. That sucks. One bet. Doesn't have an ace, he can't call.
So you have 4 pairs of kings, and you're going to win with all of them. That's pretty impressive.
Ooh. What do you do here? Call the flop. Maybe flush draws, straight draws. No straight draws got there, no flush draws got there.
Okay, fire one more for like 30 cents. So we can charge the draws, also extract value if he wants to call with like a 7 or a 6. And if he has a king, we have a couple of outs. We don't really want to extract call with this.
Bad river.
Well, bad river for him too.
That's true.
You could.
He took a lot of calls, so I think he might have been thinking
try to bluff him
about
off the
draw.
I think it's a fine river to bet, yeah.
Nice. Got it through.
And that's something that's really cool to know. Is people see a bad river, fuck, that river sucks. But if you just look at it from the other guy's shoes, he's thinking the exact same thing. So you just pretend like it's good for you, and you can pick up a lot of pots. I think the kid's on table 1 looking at it again. Maybe we can fold just because it's full ring and the guy's 4 betting. I'd be pretty scared on table.
Fold it here?
Honestly, yeah. This is spot where we are getting extremely good pot odds, so mathematically it makes sense to call and see the flop. But thinking he has aces or kings, it's like we're just going to cooler ourselves if we hit.
You're running pretty well right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got that lucky wrist energy.
Ace 10 here.
Yeah, so good side.
Dude, is that guy? That's such a small raise.
Oh yeah, call that. Because unlike the ace queen, you have a hand that you can't cooler yourself. If you hit, you definitely have the best hand. With an ace queen, you could hit and still be behind.
Mm-hmm. Tried to hit the 7-10. He called the flop continuation bet.
I would probably put it down. It's not a standard card at all. It has an 8 might call it down. Definitely not holding the jab.
I want to play with him. He's a fishy, but I'm out of position.
You could call.
Call?
Yeah. You had 5-1, you got a suited king.
Oh, I thought he raised. That's a. Oh, okay. Ooh.
There you go. That makes sense. This is a spot where we want to fast play. When the guy limps, we can't expect on him to see bet. So he might check it back. If he has a king, or if he has any piece, he's going to call. But he's not guaranteed to bet with it. So we want to just start building a pot. And if they have nothing, like, we're not missing out on any value anyway, because people aren't really going to stab at that flop too often.
You know, they got 4 pairs of kings within like 5 seconds. That was ridiculous.
And we cracked aces.
I did crack aces. What did this guy have? Did you see?
He had 5s.
Oh, good play, bro.
Yeah, some fucking stupid ass errands. Yeah, I think carried one bet's okay here. I don't think I have multi-barrel though.
Yeah, it's pretty wet. Hey,
We're just trying to get him off his pocket pairs there. If he has any like strong ace highs or kings that he went, he's not going to fold to more than one bet. So we just do a one and done.
Do you have a chart for 3-bet calling range in certain positions?
That's a complicated one. Because your calling range for 3-bets is dependent on their 3-betting range and their post-flop tendencies.
Which I can't know without Poker Tracker.
2-barrel, yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to play it safe, though, call with strong hands, not speculative hands. Don't call with that shit.
Dude, I was getting like,
you have 4,
2, 4, 8, 10, 11 to 1.
If you were suited, I'm for it. If you were connected, I'm for it. But queen 4 off, what are you gonna do?
The odds of hitting 2 pair is like, isn't it like 10 to 1 on any 2 random cards?
I don't know. I've never been able to find that information, and I'd really like it. Re-raise those 10s. You're on a shot table, just get all in with either of the first 2 guys. If this were a regular 100 big blind table, calls where it's at for sure, but it's a lot of there. They're pretty good.
That was a pretty small raise. He's pretty short stacked. I'll just call him off.
Yeah. That was our. So we get a coin flip with some good money. That's a fun spot.
Club.
Damn. Yeah. For doing 3-bets, you just call with like strong hands that if you make a top pair, you can be comfortable going with. So king queen suited, king jack suited, ace queen. You can also flat call 3-bets with ace king if you want. And then big pairs, like slow play. You can slow play aces, kings, queens, and then play cautious with like jacks, 10s, 9s. And for starting out, honestly, I wouldn't really go much wider than that. Like calling 3-bets with stuff like 7s, 3 deuces is terrible, unless it's multi-way closing the action. And calling with stuff like 8-9 suited and jack 10 suited can be profitable, but only if you have a good read on your opponent and know like which boards to apply pressure on and stuff. So I would just keep it pretty simple, and you'll find you're folding to a lot of 3-bets, but I also know people aren't thinking too much of these limits, so it's not that big of an issue.
So you just fold the jack 10 here?
Yeah.
What about ace jack off under the gun?
I would fold.
Fold? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. My default would be to raise it from one position over, but this table's probably pretty weak, so it's okay to raise. Like the reason I wouldn't open ace jack offsuit at like a 1-2 full ring game is that no one's gonna call your raise with ace 10, ace 9, or like ace 5 suited. They're only gonna call with ace queen and ace king.
This is a pretty big raise here. Should I just fold it or should I 3-bet it?
You can do. I usually respect the fact it's open. Fold.
And that's why you don't raise ace jack from early position.
Exactly. Now, if people are calling your raises with like junky aces though, then it's fine to raise ace jack because you're ahead of a good chunk of the range.
Okay.
So it really depends on the table dynamics whether that makes sense to open that hand or just fold it.
Oh. What's your blind versus blind range again? Like, you're in a small blind, and like, what's your range to
open?
Yeah.
Like ace 10 plus, ace 8 suited plus, ace 5 suited and under, any Broadway, and the good suited connectors like 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8 suited, and any pair. I play pretty tight from the small blind.
Okay. Is that the hand I want to ask you about after the session?
Okay. Let's play for another like 15, and then just do Q&A for 10 to 15.
When he calls there, he limped in pre. Might have a smallish pocket pair above 4. Should I just check back?
We're in position here, right?
Big blind.
Yeah.
He limped in from.
Okay, yeah, shot.
It's gonna time out, so.
Trying to think if he has more ace high floats in his range or more pairs.
Well, what kind of ace would he limp with from the cutoff? I feel like he would just raise all his aces.
Sure. Yeah, just fold at this point. So this is one of the hands that in some cases call 3-bet wins.
Ace queen in position.
It's if the guy's really tight, it's also fine to fold. Like if his 3-bets like 4%, then you fold ace queen. But if his 3-bets like 7%, you snap call ace queen. If his 3-bets like 12%, you like 4-bet ace queen. And you actually don't even need to bet that much when they check to you on dry flops. If you just bet like 60% pot or like 55% pot, it'll accomplish the same thing.
Okay.
And in 3-bet pots where you're the pre-flop 3-better and the board comes super dry like that, you'll actually find that with a c-bet of like even 30% of the pot, you can sometimes take it down because they see the ace or the king on board, they're not going to fuck with you. So you can try doing like bet flop and turn for like 30% each, and if they don't fold the flop right away, they might call with a wide range because it's such a cheap bet, but then on the turn they have to fold, like a large chunk of the range.
Oh. So you wouldn't raise up his queen 3 here?
Not in my games, but go ahead and raise it because that guy is probably a weak player. And he's going to be folding too much pre-flop and then folding too much on the flop. The reason I always play a tighter range is because people play back a bit more and don't just like roll over and let me take the money. I had experimented with like an open 70% of small blind strategy and c-bet 100% of flops. And in tight games, that's perfectly profitable. And it also builds you up an absurd loose image. So even if you're playing tight in all the other positions, you're still going to get action. I think you're crazy.
there?
I'd probably 4-bet.
Fold it? No, okay.
No 4-bet.
Fold or 4-bet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fold the fives.
Fold? I'll fold them next time. I just saw that this guy was almost 100 big blinds deep.
Yeah, based on his screen name and the awkward stack size, he might be a fish, so it would be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, cold calling 3-bets, especially out of position, generally is a difficult way to make money. The first problem is that your hand looks like what it is, which is usually ace, king, queens, or jacks, and your opponents are going to play correctly against that. So you're really just hoping that they don't have you beat and they miss and let you in the pot, which means it doesn't matter that you have a good hand anyway. I would probably just call with this ace king though, because we don't necessarily want to get it in facing the strong range. But the other thing was that guy. Check back. Travel.
Okay.
Check back and then call.
I was really thinking about it. I was thinking about just, oh, okay. Shit, that's not good.
Just hope he doesn't have ace queen.
Should I just shove anyway?
Yeah, I think given it's a 3-bet pot, we want top pair, top kicker, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, our hands too good to fold.
What you got, bro? King ball. Aces in folders.
That's pretty unlucky flop. Thing is, if we 4-bet there, he might fold the ace queen pre-flop. But by just calling, if the flop comes ace high, we're stacking it every time, except when it comes ace queen high. We'll save that here too. So I'm just listening, like.
It's trash talking, man. Didn't I stack you earlier, kid? Damn. Asshole. Come on, man. Swift. Should I just lead out here?
Yeah, leading's cool. You got some backdoor draws if they have nothing in the pot.
I'm in the hijack here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, probably shut down.
What the? What? What's going on here?
You already have a full stack.
Oh, whoops! I didn't realize I clicked that. I was like, why is this popping up right now?
Alright, let's bet like 18 cents and fold if we get raised. Because one of those spots where they're going to call with worse hands, but if they raise us, they're not bluffing and they don't have worse chips there. And I'm thinking about that ace king, ace queen hand. I'm thinking when he takes that check raise line, he might usually be in bad shape.
What you got, kid?
Yeah, on the shallow tables, it's always fun to get an ace king pre-flop.
Good flop.
So let's try that smaller bet. Too quick.
What's what?
I was gonna say we could try a smaller bet with that ace king.
He could have worse kings.
Yeah.
King queen. I don't think he has king nine.
Yeah, there's king queen, king jack, pocket nines, pocket fours.
Should I just call or should I raise him?
Call. In case he's doing some like stupid bluff with like mid pair, bottom pair with some draw, you want to like try to move it off your hand. You want to keep his range as wide as possible. If we re-raise the flop and he has king queen, we might find fold with it, and only continue with his sets. But by calling, we keep both parts of that range in. Okay, so like $1.80, $1.50 or so.
I'm gonna raise that so bad. See weakness. It's the limper. Don't raise, bro. Call. King queen. It's good. Alright, folded.
Wow. What the fuck do we have? Nothing.
I'm thinking king queen. Maybe. I don't know.
If you are going to re-raise the flop, though, you should re-raise, like, the minimum to give him the maximum amount of room to do something stupid. Whereas if you re-raise to, like, a committing amount, there's no way you're ever folding.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just, like, click them back real small, then you might, like, spaz out. I think I'm going to post the next part of my tournament guide so that you can know how to play tournaments. Because so far from watching you play, you're like really solid, and I think that like you'll make money at these limits, but you can also make money at like a slightly higher limit. But the easiest way to break through is to like bank off some like $2 or $5 tourney for a few hundred, and then you get a bankroll. So I'm going to post the next part of that series so that you have like the full skill set for MTTs.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I really appreciate that.
Especially at these limits. Like the low buy-in tournaments, the players are just so bad that if you have like a good understanding and you're able to just like play patient and then take advantage of bubble dynamics later, you can score. I remember the first time I won a $5 turn for like 800. It's like the best day of my life.
King 7.
Yeah, whatever, you got the button. You can justify.
Oh, bro. You're called in 345. Okay, deuces under the gun. I've been folding them. Should I not be doing that?
No, you should fold them. That's right. I would open them in live poker, where everyone sucks. Online, I generally wouldn't. Yeah, ISO that guy. You can experiment with limping if you want. If no one's isolating, then limping's fine because you just always get multi-way pots. But if you're dealing with any sort of aggressive table, folding them is the best option. Because
What about,
six-handed, you can open them. Five-handed for sure. And yeah, good. I like that you sized it down on table 1 because that board's so dry that you don't need to bet as big. It's really the same result.
Overbet.
You're an idiot. It's like, let us bluff off. At least give us a chance to give you our money. He's like, no, man. I don't want you to pay me off with nothing. I got to protect you. He probably had a king, too. Listen. I think with that ace-queen suit, I would flat.
Yeah?
But the small 3-bet's cool, too. Just because, like, what do you do if you get 4-bet here?
I fold. You're right. That's okay.
So it's better to 3-bet with a hand like ace-8 suited, where if you get 4-bet, you don't give a fuck. It's an easy fold. Whereas it's not like so painful. Also, if he's got king queen or ace jack or ace 10 or smaller hearts,
then he folds, and then I don't get max value.
Gotcha. Yeah, you just miss a chance to cooler. So like the ideal strategy there is like if you have like a good suited Broadway like king queen or ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, flat call those, and then 3-bet the offsuit Broadway and the like queen 9 suited if you feel like playing it, or the ace 4 suited if you feel like playing it. They're not mandatory, but those are the better ones to 3-bet with. Hands that have some floppability, but the 9s are honest. If the other guy folds,
if he calls, then I call. But if he folds, I'll fold. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Because if we break down that guy's range for squeezing, 9s is probably in pretty bad shape against it.
That's a pretty big. It's a pretty big raise too. What are you doing? Ace jack here. Squeeze it.
I would actually fold just because the raise is coming from under the gun, so we should respect the guy's range there.
Okay.
And also, the earlier position that a call comes from, the stronger the hand is going to be on average as well.
I want to try and they're so bad. Don't give them at all.
Sorry about that fucking drill bit.
Okay. I was wrong.
Yeah. What are you doing, bro?
I didn't believe him. Okay, I won't do that anymore.
It's fine to not believe him, but you probably want to have like some kind of equity just in case. It's
okay.
generally risky to do like no equity bluffs.
Gotcha.
Let's do one more orbit. So just on the tables, you've already posted your small blind. Uncheck it.
It'll ask me. So.
You just got to make sure on table 5 that we don't miss the small blind. There's nothing that's been posted big, and then you forget to post the small, and you pay 4 cents for one hand. What a rip off.
Yeah, I mean, like I just limped pre, and I figured he might have just been betting because it was checked to him. Maybe he had like 6s through 9s or something like that. I forget, it was king or something. The last card was, but and I just wanted to. I figured if they had that range, I just wanted to try to fold them off one time. That's what I was thinking. I guess it was a bad play.
Your reasoning for it's fine. The one thing is with these like fishy players, they often have a much wider range for limping than we'd expect. They're gonna be like with a lot of like random crappy Broadways, random ace X's, just like random shit that they don't think is good enough to raise. And that's where HUD's really gonna help you. I think you were right about the ace queens earlier, or when we had ace king and you check raise us.
Yeah.
People just don't check raise bluff in that spot, right?
Yeah, I think we should have just folded. But...
And if you're capable of making that fold, You make so much fucking money.
Mm-hmm. Is that a good spot to ISO there?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't think I can bet that far, though.
Definitely.
Maybe heads up, but 4-way. Fuck that. Oh, now a little piece.
Yeah, bro. Your 6 is good, man. Just do it. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all.
We're getting terrible odds. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I got 2 people behind me. There's no doubt in my mind that he was bluffing.
If he is bluffing, he probably has some sort of combo, though.
We're pretty deep here. Should I just,
Okay, you can call, just because we raised under the gun, he bet from under the gun 1, so he's very likely to have a strong hand. So you probably have your implied odds.
Mm-hmm.
If it were like cut off or something, no, I would just fold. I would check again and hope to get a check raise.
Check raise him?
Yeah, if he has ace king, he's folding anyway. And if he has ace, if we check and he has ace king, he might stab. And if he has ace queen, we get more money in this way. You don't have the right amount. So you have a 0 in front of it.
What was that? Why are you that far? I did 1.22.
Because you had a 0. But this way, if he had ace queen, he would strap the
That was annoying. I did $1.22 and I only raised 96. That's annoying.
Yeah, you forgot to delete the decimal.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, LockPocker. You owe me 30 cents. That's actually my fault.
Your software is so fucking brutal. I bet you're looking forward to when shit gets fixed and all the other sites come back.
Can't wait, man. See, look here. I have auto top off on, and I think like last time, like I tried this, did that, and it still didn't top it off.
But you gotta wait till the hand's over. Usually, but you might still miss it. I don't know. I think the cake poker network's pretty bad. But you guys don't have many choices. Like America's Card Room has better software, but they have less traffic.
Yeah.
So. And the rate back's better on here.
Oh yeah, that's a question I want to ask you too. Do I automatically get the rake back that you offer because I signed up through your link, or do I have to do something?
You already gave me your username. I basically just have to email my contact, be like, listen, this guy, he's in the program, and help us set it up.
I don't have to do anything.
No. Okay. I'll find out how frequently it's paid out to, whether it's like weekly or daily or monthly or whatever. But it'll just be added directly to your bankroll.
Cool. Okay, here's the hand I want to ask you about. It was blind versus blind. You just told me that I shouldn't be raising this hand blind versus blind, so now I know that I shouldn't have been in this situation anyway. But I raised ace 3 off. Big blind with me. Flop was ace queen 2 rainbow. I bet a continuation bet 2/3 pot. He called me. Turn was an ace. I figure if he had a queen, then he thinks that it's less likely that I have an ace, and it's not actually less likely that he has an ace since I have one in my hand. So I bet again to their spot, and the rivers are blank. I figure I wanted to get a queen to call, so I bet half pot. And he called me, and he had ace jack. Was it wrong to take the bet line there, or no?
No, I would say that you played the hand the right way. The other option is to play your hand for a bluff catcher if the opponent's pretty aggressive and check call the flop, and then like check turn and bet river. But I think betting is fine, and your sizing is good to get him to call with the queen. I might bet even smaller on the turn. I might go like 2/3 pot on the flop, half pot on the turn, 1/3 pot on the river.
Okay.
But to go bet when you have top pair and then turn trips is perfectly fine, especially with there being like no straight draws.
Okay.
I also don't think people are floating too much, so checking the turn to get value from floats doesn't really make sense since he's only going to have made hands when he calls the flop. So yeah, I think this is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Just unlucky that he has ace jack, but yeah, if you don't open ace 3, then you don't have to worry about getting. You're just the more narrow you open from the small blind, the less likely you are to cooler yourself.
Okay, you're right. Right.
Whereas like if you want to go wider, I would go wider with suited hands, because it's like if you have 2 spades in your hand, it's way less likely that someone's going to have 2 spades in their hand. Than if you have ace rag, the odds of someone having ace better is going to be more frequent.
You're right.
Are there any other hands you want to go over? I think we have the one that you saved where you have pocket 6s that I wouldn't mind looking at.
Yeah.
Okay. I just like to hear your reasons for 3-betting.
Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can. Okay. So it's kind of hard to read this. So okay. He's on the button. I'm in the small blinds. Is what this is saying. So yeah. Okay. He raised to 8 from the button. I figure my 6s were ahead of most of his button opening range, so that's why I raised to 22. That's why I figured it's 22. Trying to take the pot down right there. On the flop, I hit a set, and instead of the betting lead, all I did was just c-bet. And since he raised, I'm not. I kind of called here just to trap him, but I don't really have a real reason. I feel like I should have a real reason, like, oh, I want to keep his full range now, like his draws and everything. And if I repop it here, his draws might fold and everything. But I guess I just chose to call just to trap him. But if you could tell me like the real reason what I actually should do right there, that'd be cool. And then the turn.
Turn was easy.
Since he had the betting lead, I just checked to him and he shoved that. I just called. He was committed anyway, so.
Yeah, I think in this particular situation, given that he put in 2/3 of his stack on the flop, he's pot committed, and we can just re-raise and put it in there.
Okay.
But if it were a situation where he's 100 big blinds deep, and we 3-bet and we flop a set, if we think that it's an aggressive type of opponent who might raise us up on the flop with straight draws or flush draws or just overcards, then calling with our hands fine because we make it look like we have a hand like jacks, 10s, or 9s, something that we might be a little cautious with, and he might think that he's able to bluff us off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's like the kind of guy who likes to bluff, you want to make it look like you have a hand that he could fold you off of. Whereas if we re-raise the flop, our hand looks super strong and there's no way he's going to try to like make any moves. If, however, it's more of like a nitty player who's only going to be raising this flop in a 3-bet pot with hands that he's planning to go with, like maybe he's the kind of guy who slow plays his queens plus pre-flop and then on good boards likes to raise, get it in. Against that guy, we would want to re-raise the flop, probably just shove, if we're like 100 big blinds, probably just shove to make it look more like a draw, as opposed to like clicking it and making it look really strong. Because if he has a slow played overpair that he's trying to stack off on the flop, and we just call and let a scare card come off, like a flush completing card, we might lose that action.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really disastrous to lose the action when you have someone in a really bad equity situation.
Okay. Yeah, that was my fault. I just I forgot it was a shallow table and I didn't look at a stack, which was a major mess up. But I've been trying to do that as much as I can, just like make sure I'm aware of everybody's stacks, and I've been doing pretty good at it. But I've seen like a couple situations where I just don't look at their stack and I look at halfway through the hand like, oh, I should have played it differently because their stack is different size than I thought it was.
It's good though. You're thinking about the right things, and with practice, it'll just become second nature. So that's good. I'm kind of curious. What do you do if he 4-bets all in pre-flop?
If he 4-bets all in pre-flop, well then I would. Well, considering a stack.
Your first instinct's right.
My first instinct would be to fold.
Yeah, that's right. Because, I mean, it's still there.
I mean, what is that, like 30, 40 big blinds, though?
It's about 50.
That's $2 is 50, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, we're playing 2 cent, 4 cent, all 1 cent, 2 cent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
30. 29.5.
So that wouldn't be right to call him off there?
Well, let's find out. Let's do a quick little math. So we 3-bet from the big blind or the small blind? Okay, so there's our 22. There's the big blind. And what's his total stack?
118.
To
start with.
1-8. So total dead is 144 to win, and we'd be calling 122. So if I do this correct, I think we go 122 divided by 266. Okay, so we're going to need 45.8% equity.
Which is good against anything that we're flipping against. So anything besides bigger pocket pairs than ours we're good against.
Yeah, well, let's see. So we have sixes. So let's start by giving him a tight range, which is, I mean, his 4-bet all-in range is probably something like this, 10%. In fact, it's probably like 8%. Against that, no. Not even close.
No.
If we go 15%, almost. If we go 20%, probably about. Okay. So if he's 4-betting all in with any Broadway, a bunch of suited aces, and like all sorts of pairs, then it's okay. So against like a total maniac, you could 3-bet call off. But against someone who's probably playing a reasonable range, you wouldn't want to do it. So let's go back and take 8% again, because that's what I think he's doing. And see, the 7's a call? No. I think we actually probably like jacks.
Mm-hmm.
Jacks is a clear call. 10s, call. 9s. Okay, so there. If you think someone is going to 4-bet all in with this range, you could 3-bet call off 9s for value because you're getting the right price and stuff. And obviously, the more stack he has behind, the worse the price is going to be and the more equity we're going to need. So our value range is probably going to get narrower unless his 4-betting range is getting wider. But that's how you calculate that. And that's really useful in tournaments where there is a lot of like people 3-betting all in with random hands and 4-betting all in sometimes with some junky hands. It's good to know what hands you can 3-bet call for value versus hands that you need to just let you 3-bet bluffing. Like if we had twos against that guy, we're 3-bet folding. I think 3-betting's okay because calling with the hand plays terribly post flop, and the guy's probably going to play pretty honest facing the 3-bet. But it's good to know to look that one step ahead so that you won't waste any time on the next decision as to whether or not you continue.
Okay.
And I think I just wanted to mention that you were definitely right about the ace-king hand we had earlier. Your gut instinct was correct. I'm sorry that I cost you the $2.
No, dude, it's cool. It was worth the experience. Like you always say, it'll save them money, and it saves me money in the long run. So.
Yeah. And the point I want to hammer home to you viewers on that one is in a 3-bet pot, if the pre-flop raiser check raises you, he probably has 2-pair or a set. Because if he had 1 pair, he would either c-bet or check call. And if he has air, he's just going to c-bet. No one's taking the check raise line as a bluff, so you can actually make some really big hero folds in those situations. Like if you call a 3-bet with 10s and the board comes like 9-6-5 and the guy check raises you, what do you think you most likely have if you had to pick one hand?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I was not paying attention. I'm sorry.
Right, well,
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said if you get, let's say you open like the cutoff.
Yeah.
With pocket 10s. And the big blind 3-bets you. And you call. And the flop comes like 9-6-4 rainbow. And instead of c-betting, he check raises. What do you think the most likely hand is?
Do you think he might 3-bet with 9s? I'm not sure, but most likely hand is probably just an overpair, in my opinion.
Exactly. I think you're going to be seeing aces there like 80% of the time, kings there like 15, and then ace-king like 5% of the time.
Yeah.
So that's a spot where people are like, well, I have an overpair, like I got to get it in. But if he had ace-king, he's just going to c-bet. When he actually check raises, he just has like aces most of the time. So you can make those hero folds. And that's a spot where a lot of people are leaking. You know, they're like, it's a 3-bet pot, and I flopped good, so I'm going to stack off for 100 big blinds, when they should only be losing like 15 or 20 big blinds to get the information, and then get out.
Yeah, there's no way he's check raising with his air and then ace king, ace queen, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't even 3-bet ace queen from the, you said big blind?
Yeah.
Probably not.
A lot of people are spotting it. Okay. Do you have any more questions? I think that was a pretty good session. You made some money, right? A couple bucks?
Let me see. I'll tell you in a second. Is the thing still on my screen?
No, here, I'll throw the logo up so no one can see what you're doing. You're anonymous again.
Just a second. We made a lot. Hold on. Let me examine all my tables.
Holy shit, you have a lot of windows open.
Yeah.
You're a Windows hoarder like me.
Yeah, well, it's all like poker stuff, dude. Like that I haven't finished like reading yet. You know, like a bunch of them are your videos. You know, like a bunch of them are just like Facebook or some fun stuff. But
I read a really good thing in a book about that. That like every time you open another window, you're less likely to actually care about that information or gather it. So because I'm the same way. You know, if I want to learn a new topic, I'll like Google it and I'll open like 8 windows and I'll just have it. I'll never fucking look at them. Better just like open one, read it, close it when you're done, and then you're really like zoned in on that info. If you care about absorbing it, obviously like Facebook and shit, that doesn't apply.
We made about like $10.
Okay, that's good. 2.5 buy-ins, and if I didn't screw us over, we'd be up like 3 and change. So that's a good session.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Looks like everyone else is good, so I'm going to get on with my day. Blake, thank you very much for joining us and putting on a good show.
Thank you.
And to everyone else, this has been EvanForGrips.com. Go out there and get stacking.